also want to get a perspective from Tom Duhane. And Tom, what can you tell us from the main gate?
Well, at the main gate, what you're looking through is the fence, and you can see the pall of smoke coming over here. We came to this location because everybody at Raging Waters has been evacuated today. It looked like several hundred, maybe even more than 1,000 folks came flooding out, and unfortunately some of them were not happy because they said these main gates were all locked. There was no one available to lift up these gates, so everybody had to get in a long queue to get out through this mechanism, and some people got very anxious. Some parents said they were very worried or concerned because they weren't getting out fast enough. Other people seemed fairly calm. The people we saw leaving were all very calm, most of them with kids. They said that they had seen they saw the fire develop, that is, they saw the smoke develop. They said on some of the top portions of the slide you could kind of look over and see flames. They tell me they did not feel threatened, but they understood that if the wind shifted, all that smoke could be right on top of them. So nobody was really arguing with the need to evacuate just as a precaution. However, some of them said that they didn't think that Cal Expo was prepared because the only way out was this one gate. One parent said, you know, if this had been something serious like an explosion or a fire inside, we couldn't get out fast enough. Some people actually followed the lifeguards who went around the side and then out from the front, and some of the other ones came that way, and so some people just followed the lifeguards out. Right now the Raging Waters is just about completely evacuated. All you're seeing now is some of the staff or the employees either from Raging Waters or the State Fair that are walking out. So right now they're trying to clear out the interior and get this situation stabilized.
Yeah, like you said, the parents, they raised some good concerns. That grate that we're looking at right now, does it look like, isn't that able to be moved up in an emergency situation? It's interesting that they didn't do that, that they had people single file line out of that one exit. Can that be moved, does it look like?
Well, I'm sure it can be because during normal fair operations, this stuff can all be moved. They're on multiple tracks. The complaint was there was no one here from Cal Expo who had the ability or the key or whatever it takes to open up this. So that's what some people were upset about. They felt like there was no evacuation plan or that Cal Expo wasn't prepared for it. However, there's been no injuries. Everybody's safe. So far as we know, as we've heard multiple times, Cal Expo has made no decision about canceling anything. As long as that fire gets out, the activities supposedly could go on tonight. But there are a lot of people here whose 4th of July was disturbed by a lot of smoke and a big fire nearby.
And what is can you see the parking lot from where you're standing right now? That's got to be a slow drive to get out of that parking lot.
Not really too bad. People are able to exit, and the traffic is backing up a bit on Exposition, largely because there's been so many emergency fire trucks coming in here to add to the firefighting force. I think we've seen at least 6 or 7 engines and grass units ripping around through the front of Cal Expo, going toward the back to help bolster the firefighting efforts back there. As we look toward the back, you can see there's still a large pile of smoke here that we can see from the front gate. We have a helicopter going overhead that'll be dropping water, and this is something that folks haven't seen here for a long, long time.
And Tom Duhane, thank you so much for reporting from the main gate of Cal Expo. We also want to point out this is a picture from above from Livecopter 3 to give you a sense of the magnitude of the area in which this firefight is taking place. If you are driving along the freeway, or if you live around downtown Sacramento and have a view towards the valley, you are going to see this huge plume of smoke. We've been watching the flames that's creating this all afternoon long. Again, if you are just joining us, this is a fire that started after 2 o'clock, right around 2:30 this afternoon, out at Cal Expo. Currently, there have been evacuations of Cal Expo, Raging Waters, Bonnie Field, the RV area in the back of Cal Expo, obviously the grandstand area where this fire is burning. One of the biggest questions is what's going to happen with tonight's fireworks show. And speaking with Sac City Fire spokesman Roberto Padilla, he said you might want to make other plans, although the CEO out of Cal Expo as well as the fire chief said no plans have been made. You would have to question the wisdom of a fireworks show of this magnitude in an area with a backdrop of a fire of this magnitude.
Especially when you're looking at these live pictures from Live Copter 3. We have pilot Dave Allen in Live Copter 3 giving us these pictures right now. And Dave, what have you seen since you have been over the scene? What can you tell us?
Well, this is quite an extensive area, and the smoke is blowing off towards McClellan, off towards the Folsom area. The head of the fire is now burning to the east, right under the power lines, not too far from where we had the big fire last year about this time. And a lot has burned. There's a lot more to burn here as the winds just pick this up and rip it towards the American River, towards the RVs over there that are parked over at Cal Expo. That's about it from here for right now, and we'll send it back to you.